Hello guys, and welcome to another day with Zimaleta. In today's video we're going to talk about my Sprinter project, and guys, it is closer than you think. So basically guys, the Sprinter project, the 2012 Sprinter engine swap is on its way basically. So I'm getting ready to start taking it apart. Not only that, we're going to be taking a T1N apart as well, because that is going to be the engine that I'm going to be using from a T1N, including a lot of its electrical components. And we're going to be pulling an engine out of 2012 3.0 liter diesel. We're going to be replacing with a 2.7 liter 5-cylinder inline diesel. So that swap is going to be interesting in itself. I'm not afraid if there's not enough space underneath where the area of the engine is. If you're somebody that's thinking it's not going to fit, did I measure? No, I didn't. But guess what? I'm going to make it work anyways. If I need to customize, I will customize. Like, it doesn't scare me at all. Like, anything's doable. It's just pretty much metal. If I need to do something, I'm going to cut, I'm going to re-weld, and I'm going to basically make it work. Like, it does not scare me at all. Now, we will be doing this thing a little bit kind of like, I guess, similar to other engine swaps that people do. But maybe you haven't heard of this type of engine swap. Now, the purpose that I want to accomplish with this type of engine swap, I do want to have the original speedometer. That means I'm going to have to leave original computer. The original computer is going to allow me to use the original key to start up the engine. So it's going to make the speedometer work. I'm going to be able to see how fast it's going. I'm going to be using the original transmission control module. The ABS is going to stay happy with that. The fuel gauge is going to work because it's going to have an original type of a functionality. Possibly even the temperature gauge, because that's pretty much going to be just like a sensor that that's going to go to the engine. So I'm going to make it take the reading from the engine harness. I'm gonna probably just wire it in, but that's gonna be like I guess explained later. So I'm probably gonna have like two different temperature readings available. So with that other engine, I'm going to be using the 5-cylinder inline engine. I'm gonna use its original engine harness. That harness, it's gonna have its own computer that it's gonna be communicating to, because I want to keep these systems happy. And then I'm going to basically, do other things. Like, I mean, the transmission control module, it's a separate system anyways. So because I'm doing it in this way, I believe the gear ratio for the rear differential, it's going to be okay, because that computer is going to be thinking, okay, everything's appropriate. The original transmission and the rear differential, it's going to be all very similar type of gear ratios, kind of recognize that kind of stuff. So basically, the engine for the 5-cylinder Sprinter, it's going to make basically that engine work, because you just need to start it up and stuff like that. So the engine's going to be working because it's going to be reading, it's going to be communicating to the engine. So it's just going to be two ECUs basically in the vehicle. So when the engine's running, I mean, that's all you really need. I mean, you technically could unplug the transmission control module and that's it. Like, it's still gonna work. So this is why, like, it's really important that the other transmission control module communicates with both computers. Like, I'm gonna have a circuit, some wires. It's gonna go to the original computer. That way it communicates, and so things like speedometer is going to work, like everything else. But I also want my computer to think, okay, the transmission's plugged in, everything's good, this is the type of gear we're in. That way it could communicate with an engine. So I'm going to make all that stuff work. So possibly I'm going to have to do like some, I don't know, like piggyback connections, I don't know what you call them, and stuff like that. So the information is going to be sent like in both directions for the engine. But before I begin, because the engine swap is going to be happening in about 2 weeks, probably we're probably going to begin like a June 15th for actually working on an engine swap. So before then, I basically will make a bunch of videos on all the components of the engine and the removal process of the engine and everything that's involved, so that we could actually get ready for the engine swap. And then I'm going to pull 2 engines out. I'm going to have one of my buddies, Serge, is going to be joining me for this engine swap. And I'm going to be using some of his expertise combined with mine. So 2 heads are better than 1, so we're going to basically make it work. We think we could accomplish this in about a week. So this is going to be kind of like a fast project. This is why I'm going to start on actual disassembly pretty soon now, probably like within a week. I'm basically starting it, you know, and I'm going to start making a bunch of videos. Me just teaching you guys about all that stuff, all the components for the 2012 Sprinter, because I am pretty sure if you have a 2012 Sprinter, you want to know like where stuff is located, how to remove that stuff, what is responsible for what. You want to understand that stuff. Now moving on, I'm gonna have to make a decision like when exactly I'm gonna be doing this. But after the engine swap, I will be then getting this engine, the 3.0 engine, probably in my garage. Maybe we'll leave it outside, I don't know, but I'm gonna start disassembling it. We're gonna find out why it failed in the first place. I do want to talk about the DEF, about the particulate filter, all this other good stuff too, because it's important, because I want to be able to give you guys some solutions as to how some of these things would work. Also, I have future plans that I would like to do a special like engine tune, and that's actually getting a digital display. And I believe that I could achieve something like tricking a computer. Well, not really tricking it. It's the digital display is going to be ECU built in, so technically it's going to be its own ECU. So we're basically bypassing the whole computer system. We would not really even need any computers from any one of these engines. The ECU is completely programmable. Like, that would be one of the ways that I would like to go about it. But we want to see if we could just use regular type of ECUs. I already have them. Regular type of engine harnesses, we have them. And see what we could come up with. I think it's going to be a success. So I hope you guys subscribe and you know, keep watch for this type of videos. I know when you look at my channel, you're like looking and you're seeing like a lot of unboxing videos, but guys, this is nothing new on my channel. I kind of started out with unboxing videos, and here's what I noticed. In the beginning, unboxing videos, they don't do too well. They have very few views. Nobody really watches them, but unboxing videos are important, and people do watch them to try to gain another perspective from somebody else. They want to hear like what somebody else would like to say about that product. These videos ultimately are going to get ranked higher as the time moves on, and they actually end up making me good ad revenue from YouTube. So it's making these other videos possible, I guess, in a sense, because I do make majority of my income from YouTube now. Sprinter videos, there's a lot of them. They don't make me as much money, but because there's a lot of them, they still make me a really good chunk. But it's kind of funny when I look at some of the videos, they only made like $1 per month, like Sprinter videos. So technically I'm not getting rich off that, but because I completely live now home and I'm just like focusing on my channel and everything else that I'm doing, you know, I do want to kind of like get that point across. Another thing that I do want to mention, guys, is I will be coming the next Sprinter salvage parts king, you know. So this will be more and more updates that I'm going to be actually talking about in the future, kind of like letting you guys know kind of like how those things will happen. But I do want to let you know that I will have the largest Sprinter parts available probably in the world. That's what I'm going with this. I'm just going to start off with my 6 that I do have. I'm going to have parts, and I'm going to keep buying them. Keep buying Sprinters. I do have my own commercial lots, so I have a place to put them. First is going to be just online sales, eBay, plus my website. I do have a website, please write it down. It's called sprinterhelp.com. That website is going to get lots of videos, like from my channel and stuff like that, but also it's going to have an e-store with all the parts available there, so you could actually buy them if you should choose so. But anyways, guys, I hope you like what I'm doing here. I am still doing stuff that I'm kind of known to do, is sprinter videos and also expedite related type of videos as well. And I'm also going to be growing my salvage parts type of business, as well as my videography type of business, because this is something else that I'm doing I really enjoy. If I had a choice what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, guys, I'm already doing it. Like, these videos, me making them, I want to do this for the rest of my life, guys. Help everybody in the world fix their sprinter problems, and on top of that, have sprinter parts available, you know, to purchase. Because one of the biggest problems that I've seen, that there's not a lot of specialty parts that's available. You just can't go and buy them at the dealer. So that means somebody like me is going to need to fill the need again. So look forward to me building my sprinter inventory over time and having the largest supply of sprinter parts, just like the largest supply of sprinter videos. Also, I will be putting out so many sprinter videos. It's already dominating YouTube with the amount of content that I have on sprinters, but it's gonna dominate even more. Like, I'm gonna have like ridiculous amount of videos for sprinters and sprinter help. Not only that, the videos are gonna be like so much better, because I am learning from everything that I'm doing, and I'm constantly improving. I'm constantly working for ways to just improve my whole quality of the videos and everything else that I'm doing. So along with that, guys, please take note. If you watch this video to the end, if you want to separate yourself from all these other videos that I'm doing, even though I have playlists for sprinters, sign up, subscribe to Zimaleta Motors channel. I'm gonna link it down below. That channel is just gonna have sprinter stuff. I'm gonna basically just put videos that are uncut, so those videos are gonna come up a lot sooner. If I might have an unboxing video on this channel, but guess what? That other channel is going to have a sprinter video.
My name is Serge Zimaleta. I'm 37 years old, and yes, I experienced success after buying my first home for cash. Back in 2011, I was broke, but I learned to solve problems on my own. Now I'm helping others to solve their problems. I know what pitfalls to avoid to stay profitable in business. Need motivation to be more successful in your life? Do you have sprinter, expedite, or business problems? Then subscribe. Let's find creative solutions to your problems. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of my helpful videos.